Capricorn. I had to look back and see who am I doing next. Hello, Capricorn. This is Divine Sunshine for Sankofa Fast-Foward. The reason for this show is, or this series or video is to help see what our loved ones, our past loved ones, and our ancestors saying to us about us on this journey and what things that we need. I did not say it on other videos, but I say it on this one. Sankofa, it means to, in African culture, means to go and to reach back into the past and to bring it forward. So it can, in going back in the past, it can be able to help you with things that's going on in the present. And so this is why I'm going back to the past, which would be in your lineage, to your family tree or ancestors or those that passed on, to see if they could lend help as to helping you to know what is going on with your twin flame journey, because we know now with them passed on, they have a wider scope and they can see what's actually going on with you. This is very helpful because, again, we know that number one, they have their best interests at heart, and number two is like you got somebody seeing what's happening behind the scenes, and so they can give their own perspective about what things you need to fix and for you to adjust, okay? And it's all coming from a place of love. All right then, so let's look for you, Capricorn. Let's see, one family member, one only. And look like the whole family be like, we got that family reunion. A family reunion. Okay, I only want one. Oh, wait a second. Family reunion. Come together. Come together. Ooh, ooh. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm going to have to bring the book out for this one. Let me see if these two relate to each other. So we got Courtney, and this one has Bishop C.H. Mason. So I'm going to have to read this because a lot of times when I have the reading, I can get a little bit of an understanding. I wanted to put that thing back Courtney, but then they told me leave it out there. So we're going to see what's the, ooh, just passed him. Just passed him. Just passed him. I seen him when I was going by fast. Number 5. So he shouldn't be that fast, that down the road. Right up the road. Somebody gonna hurt you. Okay, so whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him is sin. This card combines Bishop Mason iconic photo with interpretation of what his spiritual baptism looked like. He said this about the moment the Holy Spirit visited him. So when he had gotten me straight on my feet, there came a light which enveloped in my entire being above the brightness of the sun. When I opened my mouth to say glory, a flame touched my tongue, which ran down me. Okay, it was a Pentecostal holiness denominational leader and founder, chief apostle, and the first senior bishop of the Church of God. Okay, okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so he represents a lot of things. Okay, first thing I want to say is whoever this person is, Capricorn, this person was he also could have been a minister. He could have been like somebody already spiritual. I want to pick up also with him when I tap into him is that he was a light worker. And he was also a twin flame himself. And a lot of times when we come through it, it's not very surprising about that. And that's why he's saying this Courtney, he is like with him, he said he had found a way to kind of blend the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within him. That's why he said courting. And so to me, it's like he told me, don't put that up, because again, we always remember, like twin flames, the spiritual, the spiritual marriage, you know, that's beyond the physical thing of coming together. He was maybe revered in their community as maybe a teacher. He could have been a teacher, and he was also a guide with that. This person also, yeah, it just say he might have been professor or whatever like that. Yeah, he cut his own kind of way about some things. So, yeah, with him, he definitely was. This person was open-minded. This person was very open-minded. They was very open-minded to things, even before his time, whatever it is like that. So if they're older or young, but this person was free-spirited, very open-minded, already very spiritual. Again, could be a community revered as maybe a teacher, a guide, but really knew within himself that there was something special about him. He's light worker, or he was even a twin flame himself. Okay, so this is a male figure that runs very vast with that, because he's always talking about the spirit. And he overcame some things. So maybe he might have overcame some health issues that he actually had too as well. They got an interesting picture there on that one. And so they were kind of spiritual. Let's look and see from this person, who it might be. Because I'm picking up, we say it could be uncle, brother, a very good friend. Like my mom said too, she said that because I had her look at my Pisces video. She's like, you know, you might want to tell them also that sometimes, even though it comes up as a male figure, this could be also, it could be a female, but a female that has very dominant masculine energy as well. So keep that too in mind when I say this. Like, I don't know nobody like that. All I know is, you know, such and such. And if they're a woman and they were had very masculine energies that you know that they reign from, then this is what we're talking about, that person. Okay, so now what we're looking at as far as what's the heart of the matter to them? Clear as far as you, where you are now in the month of April. This ancestor says this is what's the heart of the matter to them with you. Clear. Okay, let go of control issues. So with this one, they saying right now for you Capricorn, say you got some control issues. Some of these control issues is veered off of some childhood issues that you have, or the way in which your mom raised you. I'm picking up as well. And so then it causes for you to kind of really be in your thinking, make you really kind of observe people, kind of look and see for, it's almost saying for their weakness. I don't know why it's saying that, but you really are in your, sometimes stop. I got fork and road. They say sometimes even in your own thinking, you kind of stop back and say, like, did you really do that? Because that was kind of like uncalled for you to be so overly protective and so overly, manipulating and controlling of the situation. So again, there's like, if you can get control of those control issues, you're going to have something to actually celebrate on. You're going to be able to be very balanced. You're going to open up some things, some new opportunities in the world and the universe. You're going to create these new beginnings as well. They're saying also with these control issues, you can get that underneath control. You'll be able to have a deeper knowing. You'll like release the illusions, and you'll start getting more wiser about some things. It causes things to actually kind of come together as well. And so then doing that is going to help you to kind of regenerate those things that no longer serve you, that needs to die. This will cause you to be able to have some new growth on that one. Next thing, religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by religious factors and upbringers and spiritual path. Means the way you're thinking, whatever way you're thinking, habitually over and over again, the same thing is causing for you to stop you from becoming very divine. This person's telling me, he said, for me coming from a very spiritual background, and because of some things that maybe have miraculously happened to him, or some things that he had overseen, he understands how your stinking thinking or negative thinking can get you can stop and block you from actually having things manifest, for you to be able to be healed from things. He was like, from whatever he had went through, he used a lot of good positive thinking, a lot of willing it in, and he said he really honors that, as far as really credit that to really having a good reserve or a strong way of thinking, a strong will in his mindset about how he wants things to happen. And he's saying you got to get like that, because right now currently you're in the energies of letting things kind of just bounce around, and you're not really having in your emotions no definite destination that you actually want to go to. Also, he's saying that you got to let things getting to know each other. He's got to stop that controlling in the way you're thinking, because you want to be able to reveal the innermost selves about each other, in your divine masculine and your divine feminine energies, and you want to create this deeper bond. And if you got these control issues that's playing a part, and you got this ideal about how spiritually things should happen and occur, and then your religious thought process, thought patterns, is causing for you to have an issue with that as well. He's saying, this person is saying, just let the fates kind of line things up, let things organically happen, and let God or whomever, the universe's source, kind of bring this together. You also got to work on your emotions to be able to help that, because again, faith without works is dead. You got to do some type of work, and they say you got to do some emotional work, although you don't know exactly where you're doing and moving things around, but they're saying it start with your emotions. You need to also, when we're talking about getting to know each other, you got to play things by the book. Say that a lot of times you might have been thinking about maybe some ways you could shortcut this process, but they're saying no, it's no shortcut to this process. You got to take it one step at a time. Say the understanding and looking at you that in the past you were very kind of foolish. You would maybe felt like you was a clown on some things, that you really didn't have an understanding of what's going on. They say right now in the present moment you need to shield yourself. You need to shield yourself in the present moment and even going into the future. Because they're saying even while you're trying to strategize some things, they feel that you really don't have, this is a common thing, you really don't have a lot to go on. Maybe they're saying in the family you don't have a lot of examples or role models, and then also they're saying in life when you look around you don't have a lot of things to help you out. They're saying you got to make this work happen, because it's time. You got to release some things that happen, about some events that happen throughout time, and you want to elevate and go and ascend to the next level. You got to make sure that you make that happen. In order for you to do that, you got to release things. You got to release things of wanting things to happen on your time. They're saying that's about that control again. It's got to happen now, and they're saying now a lot of times you got to let divine timing be at play. Also, this getting to know each other. Some of you all are afraid of getting to know each other yourself. Well, so as your divine counterpart on the outside, because again, it kind of makes you go into that fork in the road, because again, it's like, again, you're working against yourself, trying to be in power, and then some part of you saying, no, I got to go with the flow. You know that you got to do this because, again, whatever the way it means of travel in which you're doing this is ancient. It's not really you using things and tools of the past to get you from point A to point B. Maybe you're relying upon what had happened in the past as well. Understanding you got to get some form of direction. They keep on saying that you got to get some form of direction as to where you want to go. This monkey business, you got to stick a fork in it, and you got to be done with it because it's coming up with excuses, which is well planned out lies, as Jupiter 11 them say, that's stopping you from being able to move fast forward in this. And also, you need to go on ahead and get outside because you got here the tribe card, which is giraffe. Giraffe is a reminder that you're playing yourself small. You're much larger. You're larger than life in that aspect. And you need to work with that, understanding that, you know, it's time. You got to start getting your bags packed. Stop parroting, which means keep on repeating what other people are saying, which is not true about you, or other people saying about where you should go or whatever like that, and find your own voice, because your present self or your future self is saying you need to get out of that because that old way of thinking is now dead. And then also you need to be able to move into the energy, understanding this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, because these control issues that you have, you're probably stopping you from being able to see that this is actually your twin flame, or actually if you're a soul mate for some of you all, that this is actually one. And I got to pop back there. And so that's stopping you because your spiritual and your religious thinking is stopping that. Also, you don't want to get to know that person. That's stopping you. But however, because of you playing yourself small, and you not really knowing where you're going, but you just know that it's time and you're trying to push it and rush it, that's telling you to just rely on higher power, which means and allowing divine timing to make this happen. As far as what's the next step after you recognize that this actually is the one. They're saying to look out for some signs, some downloads, open up your third eye chakra so you can be able to envision who's the person that you want to be. And they, like some of them saying, I guarantee you that a lot of things that you're making your list about and checking it twice, this person falls underneath that category for you. Okay. Let's see. What things are you hiding? Clear. Capricorn. What things is Capricorn hiding? You got the same thing as the Aquarius. You're hiding yourself, your true self. You know, by you hiding behind this control, these ideologies about your spirituality, my religion. I just don't do that. You know, these old habits, and not wanting to really reach out and get to know anybody else, and not sure if this is the one. This is really stopping you from really being your true self. It's got you going in two different directions. I hear the song, you got me going in circles. Do, do, do. Oh, round and round I go. So you got you going in circles. You're not really actually going into an actual direction that you need to. You're covering yourself. You're in deception too, and deceit. And you're working with this shame and guilt about something. So you need to kind of look into that to see what that is. Okay, and the power of surrender. What things do they believe that you need to surrender? Clear. Surrender your need to always be right. And that again is going back into that controlling. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflict and improve your relationships. And like I said before, you kind of got this from, it seems like your mother or whoever it is this feminine that raised you. This person, this person has caused you to have a kind of obscured way of looking at things. Okay. What things do they say need to change in your life? And probably need to stop controlling. Let's see what that is. Clear. That might be, but let's go on because I don't want it to be. But that's another. Yep. Grief work. You got the same thing. Okay. So something you got to let die. Something you've got to let die that you are not willing to let go. And you want to keep it going because you feel like you have control. Okay, it could be grieving over this person. I don't know how very much influential that they were in your life. But that's something that they're saying that you got to grieve. Let me look at the energy card real quick. We're on 20. Okay. I'm just curious to know. Clear. What's the grief word? Oh, grief in your abundance, how things come together. And how you like able to like plant a seed and it actually grows. And that's kind of like a death sentence to you because things haven't been coming together for you like you think it should. Okay, I can go for that. What is the energies? Clear. The divinity, I'll let yours go. Separation. So you got to separate yourself from a lot of things. It's not of your highest good. Rather, that is from toxic relationships. Also social media, looking at other people influencing you. They're saying because it's also those things on the outside is cause you have stress. And they say it's most of social media. So maybe some of them are asking you, you need to take you a social media fast. Don't be on social media. Oh, I forgot about that. Jeez Louise. Clear. Okay. The overall, the energies that they want you to go is for you to be able to make decisions, but make decisions based on using your thinking and your emotions. So let your emotions drive you into your thinking as far as picking the correct option that's right for you, that's going to lead you to ascend, to go higher. They're saying about this nostalgic thing. This is to me, the Six of Cups is a nostalgic cup. Thinking about how you grew up, I'd say again, like I said, and how it caused you to think a certain way with this feminine person that was influential in your life, influence, and helping you to be able to choose what kind of couple of love that's interested is 6 to 7. That helps you from your past, to help you to make these right decisions as to you becoming very spiritual mature as to where you are. So I see this dog here, which means you becoming more loyal, you being able to stand in your authority or having mastery over something. So that's very much important for you right now. What's the message that they want? I think because my introduction it went on, because most of the time I do 20. What's the message that they have for you? Clear. I don't want to go over. Yes, 25. I heard you. Practice moderation. They saying the same thing. Just take your time and make your choices. They don't want you to rush it because haste makes waste, they said. So you take your time in finding which way that you need to actually go. Moderation is also picking up to me is saying moderate, which means stay in the present. In your thinking, practice staying in the present. This is what this person is bringing to me. Okay. And then how do they think that you are awesome? Clear. Hey, you awesome. Yeah, from the Lego. Let people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are. Mandy Hale. All right. Very good. Okay, so that is your reading for this is what your Sankofa Fast-Foward reading for the month of April, Capricorn. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Namago. Love you.